Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Conceptual Learning. So today we are going to see the what is a consideration, meaning and its essentials. So first of all, under the Indian Contract Act 1872, the consideration has been defined. So what is a consideration? Here consideration is also one of the essential elements of the valid contract, which we have discussed in the previous sections. So first one here is a lifeblood of the every contract. Means a human body cannot work as it is without the blood. Same like that only, without the consideration a contract will become means a body without a blood, like that. So that much importance has been given to the consideration. So it is considered as a lifeblood of every contract. So the contract to become a valid contract, the consideration has to be there. And next point here, what is actual meaning of the consideration? Consideration here means something in return. Means if you are giving something to somebody, then he must give something to you in return. Means something in return is called as the consideration. This is the meaning of the consideration, some simple meaning. If you are giving something to somebody, then he must give, or you must expect something from that somebody to whom you given. That is called something in return. That is called the consideration here. Okay. And next point is law enforces the only those promises which are made with consideration. Means if A and B entered into an agreement, A offered something to B and B accepted such proposal or offer of A, then that offer and acceptance becoming a promise, then that promise must have some consideration. Means both the parties must have some consideration, something in return against each other, then only it becomes a valid contract. So the consideration, that's why it is considered as a lifeblood of the every contract. And next one here example is, if A agrees to sell his house to B for 10 lakhs, A is agreeing to sell his house to B for 10 lakhs. Means A is giving his house to B, then the consideration of B is house, and B in return giving 10 lakhs to A for selling the house. Means that 10 lakhs is consideration to the A. B's consideration is that house, and A's consideration is this 10 lakhs. Means both the parties offering and accepting, and both the parties are getting something in return. This something in return here is called as a consideration. Okay, cleared? So this is the meaning of the consideration. Next one will go with the essentials. What are the essential elements of the consideration? Here consideration must move at the desire of the promisor. Means whenever the parties are making the consideration or something in return must move at the desire. Desire here means willingness, or the request, at the request of the promisor, of the offerer. Means acts done voluntarily or at the desire of the third parties will not amount to the valid considerations. Means if both the parties after entering into the agreement, then the consideration which have accepted, that must move at the desire of the offerer or the promisor, because without his desire they cannot voluntarily, the third parties or the another other than the accept offerer cannot make the consideration. So it must be done at the desire of the promisor. Here I will take an example. So it is enough if the act is done at the request of the promisor. It is not necessary that promisor. Okay. So the promisor, the act must be done at the desire of the promisor. The consideration must be given at the desire of the promisor, but there is no essentiality that he only must benefited from that. Any person can benefit from that. His relatives, anyone can get the benefit out of that contract, but the consideration must move at the desire of the promisor. We'll go with an example here. Example, Durga Prasad versus Baldev. Here a person constructed a market yard at the desire of the collector of the district. Means in a district, at the desire of the district collector, A constructed a market yard for selling the market yard means, you know, right, for selling the goods, like that. So A constructed the market yard at the desire of the collector, and A and B enters into contract. B here is some merchant who is selling the goods in that market yard, and A and B entered into a agreement that the B will pay the commission to the A if he sold goods, whatever the goods the B sells on that goods, A will get the commission. This A and B made an agreement like that, but this agreement and B does not pay the commission to the A. Then A sued the case in the court, but the court does not consider this case, because it is the what who is who, from for whose desire the market has been built. The market yard has been built or constructed at the desire of the collector, but not at the desire of the A. So that's why the A will not get the commission, and hence this agreement will become the void. Another example we can say here, if there are three people, A, B and C. A want to give his house at his willingness to the B, his son. C is his son's wife. So to A want to give his house to B and C, if only they pay off the mortgage loans. If they pay the mortgage loan or installments on house, then only the A will give the house to the B and C. If these conditions are accepted, or if these conditions are accepted by the B and C, then only A will give the house to the B and C. So here the consideration is moving at the desire of the A, but the benefit is getting to B and C, right? Here B and C only will enjoy the rights of the house after A. So here the consideration here is to pay the mortgage loans of the house, which is moving at the desire of the offerer, that is A, but the benefit is getting to the B and C. So it can be benefited to the another parties, but it must move at the desire of the promisor. Okay, and next one here is consideration may be moved from the promisee or any other person. Okay, the it can be moved, the consideration can be moved from the promisee or any other person, as long as there is a consideration for a promisee, it is immaterial who is given. Means there is also another essential, that if the consideration can also be moved at the desire of the promisee and another person also, but only if promisor accepts, or he says okay, it can be moved at the desire of the third party or the promisee, then only they will get the chance that they can make the consideration at their desire, only if this promisor accepts. Here Chinnaya versus Ramaya case law has been discussed. So the case law here is, an old lady made a gift of her property to her daughter with a direction to pay certain sum of the money to the uncle by way of the annuity. On the same day, the daughter executed in writing in favor of the uncle, agreeing to pay the annuity, and the daughter later on refused to pay some, and the uncle sued her. It was held that there was a sufficient consideration for uncle to recover the money from the daughter. Means there is an old lady who gifted her property to his daughter. He gifted her property to the daughter, and only if she pay the annuity to the another person. Okay, so if she, the daughter, here the promisee has been paying the annuities here to the another person to whom they have kept the debt. Means the consideration has been moving not by the promisor but the promisee or the other person, but with the permission of the old lady, the daughter is giving the annuity to the uncle. Okay, then the uncle can even if the consideration is not moved at the desire, means by the old lady, the uncle can sue or the other person can sue the daughter if she does not pay the amount to the uncle, because here the willingness of the promisor has been there. Okay, that's why that means the consideration can be moved at the willingness of the promisee or the other party. Okay, next consideration may be past, present or the future. Past means like advance. Okay, so if the both the parties have entered into the contract, but the consideration has been received in the advance only. For example, in case of the sales means if for the production of particular items the credit the purchaser will give the advance to such goods, whatever going to produce in the future, for that he is giving the consideration now. Means in the past advance payments will consider under the past considerations, means a benefit will be or the benefit will be received in the future, but he is giving now only the payment, means that something in return has been happening now only. So this is a past consideration. And the present means simultaneously with the promise, whenever the both the parties enter into a contract, then at that time only they will give the consideration to each other. For example, cash sales, if we go into any mall, we will purchase some item and we will pay the price, means at the time of making the offer and acceptance, or at the time of making the promise only, both the parties are exchanging their consideration, hence it is a present consideration. And future consideration means consideration for the promise is given in the future. Whenever credit sales, he is giving the goods now, but his consideration is getting in the future on some adjustment, on some agreement. Means if he is purchasing goods now and saying that I will pay the consideration in some future date, means credit sales is also comes under future consideration. Okay, the consideration may be of two types: present, past, and future. Okay. And next one is consideration need not be adequate. Adequate here means efficient. It need not to be efficient. The law told that the consideration need not be efficient, but that must have some value. Means if 10 lakhs necklace has been sold for 1 lakh, then what it means? It has no value, right? Means the 9 lakhs is lost to the seller. Means if this losing, if the seller is giving at his willingness, then there will be no problem. But he is threatening the purchaser is threatening the seller to sell the 10 lakhs necklace at the 1 lakh, means that does not considered, that agreement becomes the void, because it is not a fair consideration. It is not a good one, because the 9 lakhs difference is very huge difference. Such things should not be there. It can be it may not be efficient, like he can sell it for the 8,50,000, that will be okay. But if we sold at 1 lakh, that means that is a big difference. So the agreement becomes a void here, and the law considered it is inadequate, then it can become a void. Okay. And next one is consideration must be real. Real here means not illusory, impossible. Means he cannot say that if you do this, I will bring the treasury to you. He cannot make like such considerations. If you means for example, if A and B are entering into any agreement, A want to sell some goods, and B says that if you sell that goods to me, I will give you some diamonds. This is not possible, right? So this is not real. Or I will make a magic and I will bring the treasury to you. This is also not a real thing. So it should not be illusory, it should be real, and it should be possible, and it should be physical and legal also. If these things are not present in the agreement, if the consideration is not real, then it will become a void. Next, the consideration must be lawful. Lawful here means that must have some value, or that must contain some legality in the agreement. Means the consideration must have the legality in the agreement, then only it becomes a lawful consideration. If it is not lawful or illegal, or it is opposite to the public policy, like criminal acts, all that, like if you bid the A, I will give, for example, if A and B enters into a contract, A says that if you bid C, I will give money to you. Means this is not a correct thing. This is not a legal thing, right? Hence these considerations is also not lawful, hence they are opposite to the public policy, and such agreements made with the unlawful considerations are also become the void. And the last one here is it must be something which the promisor is not ready to bond by. Means so for example, if a police officer, B is a complaint giving person, B went to to police officer and says that if you bring back my missing child, I will give some 10 lakhs to you. So this is not a proper thing, this is not legal thing, right? A is appointed as a police officer to and he is getting the salary from the government to make things lawful in the society, and to take over these cases. For that only he is getting salary. But if B says that I will give 10 lakhs to you if you bring my child back, means that won't become illegal, because he is already bound to such duties by the law. Such duties he has to do as a police officer by the law. So hence it is not promise is not already bond. In this the case law is example, Miss Collins versus Godfrey is one of the case law. Okay friends, if you like my video, like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.